And I saw people running, like, away from the Trade Center, and I just walked down towards the Trade Center. And there was yellow tape, you know, the do not cross tape, and I ducked under that and showed my badge and got under there. And I remember standing in front of the Tobin Plaza, right on Church Street in the front. And I was standing there with a group of firemen. The first plane had already hit the first tower, and I was talking to the firemen about what happened, and they said, oh, a little plane had to go into the building. And I said, that little plane is not going to do that kind of damage. It just had to be something big. And we were actually standing there and arguing about this when we heard the engines of the second plane, and we saw the plane go into the building. Yeah, there were bodies on the ground, and as we were walking to the building, there were actually people that we saw either falling or jumping, and you know, we just kept going. You know, it didn't seem real. You know, there was like a kiosk where they sold soup and sandwiches at lunch, and they had a big refrigerator with all the sodas. So they took one of their axes or whatever it was, they broke open the chains, and we started giving out the bottles of juice and water and whatever was there to the people that were coming out. And it was just like, I don't know what made me do it at the moment I did, but I said to the firemen, I said, you know what, there's nothing more I could do here. You guys got everything under control. You know, good luck. And I turned around to leave, and they actually went back to their command center, which was in the buildings 1 and 2. And when I got to the doors at VC Street, you know, got right out the doors, and that's when the first building collapsed. All of a sudden, this like big gray cloud just like engulfed me. I ended up underneath an ambulance on VC Street, and my briefcase was like right in front of my head. So whatever debris was coming was blocked by this briefcase. And I remember pulling the shirt out of my pants and trying to breathe, because I couldn't breathe, I couldn't see, and I was under the ambulance. And at that point, I remember the last thing that I thought of, my son's bar mitzvah was coming up, and I was like, I'm not going to live to see this bar mitzvah.